We met in 1994. I was a missions pastor at a megachurch. You were a member of that church, and we were going through what I would call a missions renaissance. There was this missions awakening taking place, and it was really marked by this desire to do missions in a way that was going to actively engage the gifts and the talents and the passions of our people. And we would have these ethnic lunches. We always had to eat ethnic food, right? And I was sharing with you one of the areas of focus in our portfolio was a people group we engaged, the Guaymi of Panama, right? And we were coming behind a Bible translation project. We had a vision to send our own people as full-time missionaries and really make our short-term mission trips part of a larger vision.
Hearing you talk about the Guaymi approach, where you were going to build a relationship and essentially be engaged at a higher level, it resonated, saying, no, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And you got me there.
We were involving members of this church in God's story in a brand new way, and there was a new understanding. And I started to receive requests from other churches, and they said, what are you doing in missions? It really resonates with our desires. And I remember having lunch at India Palace, I believe it was. We've been having these conversations, and we said, is there a paradigm shift happening in the missions world? And we started to discuss, is there a place for an organization? We were eating chicken bikini and naan, and we had that paper tablecloth. You did this drawing, which led to the idea behind 1650.
I ran a business at the time that was an aggregator of products from multiple manufacturers that then distributed them to multiple customers. I suggested maybe there was an opportunity to be that aggregator of relationships that a lot of churches at least lacked the expertise and the connections to do that themselves. If someone could help them really understand what God was calling them to do and tie it back to a strategic approach to missions, and then at the same time help them identify how they were going to execute that strategy, working with other partners, if we could put that together and be that hub that pulled on both sides of that opportunity.
Steve Barron, a friend of mine, he says the church has most but not all of the resources. The agency has most but not all of the expertise. It makes sense to bring these two parties together. We have this neutral role in mobilization. We're not trying to sell anything per se or help them, adopt what we want to do. It's drawing vision out of them. And as the vision was drawn out, then we connected them to these resources, expertise, services, etc., provided by the agency. And so we're kind of in the shadows, and the gospel's spreading to the nations.
It kept us really focused on the Great Commission and not building, some thing that we could be proud of and take some sort of credit for.
It's really God's story. It's a story of His faithfulness. Over the last 20 years, we've impacted hundreds of churches around the United States, and these mobilized churches are engaging unreached, least reached, marginalized people all over the planet. And it moves me to think that if we pull on the thread of that impact, we're going to find ourselves at an Indian restaurant, enjoying a great meal, and just saying, God, what might you do with us? It's been an amazing journey. Watch what God is doing. It is an honor to swing swords with you. You think we got 20 more years left?
Lord willing, or more.
Amen.